Hey, you're late. Let's get this thing going. I got stuff to do. This is Peter Harken's office. Sometimes when he's not around, I come in here and I sit in that chair and pretend that I'm a sailing pulley kingpin. This is engineering. Geniuses at work solving your sailing hardware problems. Hey Harken Blockheads, my name is Chuck Loeb. I've been an engineer here for 32 years and we've been in this building for exactly 10 years. I'm at the east end of the building where all the raw material comes in. So what we're doing as we go from the east side of the building to the west is we're adding value to the product with every step we take. We've got 100 of these machines on the floor, mills and lathes to cut metal. This is Pat, and here he's running the machine. Pat, what's going on here?
We're cutting this halyard block car out of a solid piece of aluminum using a CNC mill. The part is programmed on a computer, and a solid block of aluminum is cut out to make the finished part.
This is the metal finishing department. All the Harken stainless parts are ball burnished. That's what brings the shine to the metal parts, like the cam arms for the carbo block. The aluminum gets a little bit different process. It's called ceramic process, and it uses a media made of ceramic material. Looks like licorice sticks. Over here we got the heat treat oven. You put a metal in there, and the heat treat makes it extremely strong in certain conditions. This thing will cook a pizza in about 5 seconds because it goes to 1500 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the injection mold department, where we mold all of our plastic cheeks, like for all of the carbo blocks. This is Kevin, and he runs this department, and he's going to explain a little bit about how these machines work.
What it's doing is it's using heat and friction to melt the plastic down so it's pliable. While it's doing it, it injects the plastic forward, goes through a pack and hold pressure, also goes through a cooling time, and then once it's done, pops out apart.
T2 cheek, top. Now we're in the press area for the composite cheek manufacturing, which is done in a press. This is Jared, and he handles these pre-charged parts. Now these are stored in a freezer because it's pre-preg, which means that the hardener is already in the composite. So if they were left at room temperature, they would kick off and get hard. So they got to be held in this freezer while waiting. Eventually, the cheek for the V-block is going to look like that after it's clear coated and it gets the racing stripes put on it. Now we're in what we call the block room, or the block assembly room, where all of our blocks are assembled together into the final product. We've got finished carbo block cheeks, head posts, we've got shivs, parts for ratchets, bridges for triple blocks, so the workers can grab these parts and get back to their workstations and assemble. Over here we're doing a little bit different assembly. She's using what we call a ball loader here. It's like a vacuum cleaner, but it picks up just the right amount of number of balls to put into the shivs. Then all of those shivs are put into that cassette, and then the balls are pressed into the shiv. We make blocks this small and that big. Now we're going to go into the Harken Lab. This is our test motto here at the Harken Lab. Test and learn, repeat. We do a lot of this. We're doing a lot of this. Trying to do more of this. So there's usually some pretty top secret cutting edge stuff going on in here. Like this hydraulic pump for America's Cup. It's top secret. I wish you could see it, but we have to blur it out. I guess you're just gonna have to wait till 2024 to see it, so too bad. This is our largest test bench. This is 40 feet long. We can test really large hydraulic cylinders in here, up to 250,000 pounds. Again, we don't just do small boat blocks, but you can see we do some really large shivs. We have this pump test platform. This is for hydraulic pumps like the one that I tried to show you before. Pump goes down here, and then we can either get up here and hand grind, like we're on an America's Cup boat, or we can use this big electric motor to turn the pump. This is where all the finished inventory is stored. If you're a sailor, this is like a toy store. Lots of these aisles with finished product ready to go. This is the shipping department, the very west end of the building, completely opposite the east end where all the raw material was and where we started. So after the product is machined and formed or injection molded or compression molded and then assembled and then packaged, this is where it ends up, put in boxes and shipped all over the world. So, see you on the water.